Shares of LVMH fell to its lowest level of the year today after the luxury brand saw revenues slow more than expected in the third quarter. The business grappling with an underwhelming China reopening and also a pullback in U.S. sales. And digging into some of these numbers, why we're looking at the stock off just about 5%. Well, sales growing just about 9% in the third quarter. That's down from 17% growth in the previous quarter. So certainly a massive moderation here in terms of sales. And also, I think more broadly, the takeaway here is what this could signal about the luxury consumer market, the consumer industry over the next couple of months. We talk about the fact that the U.S. economy might be weakening, consumers pulling back on spending. The U.S. was one of the spots that did see some weakness there. LVMH did see some weakness, as well as Europe in terms of the softer than expected sales. So what this could signal about some of the other competitors within the space when you're thinking about Kering, which is the owner of Gucci and some of those other higher end products, the fact that we might start to see a bit of a deterioration in the luxury consumer. It's a bit concerning here when you talk about the broader economy.
All brands I aspire to have in my closet don't yet, but hey, maybe there's hope.
One day.
One day. Bain & Company actually had an interesting look at the luxury landscape, and they published it at the midpoint of this year and looked ahead to the back half of this year. And there's this correlation between some of the luxury spending and travel. Luxury shopping in the U.S. is slowing down, they noted, due to economic uncertainties, while Europe was actually on the rise thanks to tourism. So tourism driving some of the luxury spending, and this was a big year where some of the reinitiation of that cross-border travel, as we've heard about it from not only the U.S. airlines here, Delta, American Airlines, some of those that go international, United, or have partnerships therein, and how all of those luxury companies that we just showed on the screen there were also pointing to that luxury traveler or that tourist traveler having more of a propensity to spend perhaps while they are there. But look across the categories here, and this could be interesting to track here because there are little luxuries even within luxury. Top performing categories, they've continued to include watches and jewelry, customers looking for less but better purchases here. So that less but better could point to some of the little luxuries versus some of the kind of larger purchases that people have made in the past, especially on luxury vehicles too.
Yeah, that's a good point when we talk about the buying patterns there and exactly what people are spending on and what people are not spending on. So we are seeing a bit of a negative reaction, or not a bit, we are seeing a negative reaction in the stock price today. But there are still some analysts out there on the street who are saying this might be an overreaction when we talk about the pressure that some of these stocks have been under in recent weeks. Bernstein, one of those names, one of the analysts out there in the street, saying that the sector correction has been overly done. Also adding that they are spending on marketing, they're easing up on the price increases, and that is among the reasons that make them best placed in an uncertain economic environment. So we'll see whether or not buying picks up here in the very, very critical holiday quarter for the company.
I was just looking at Canada Goose. We had that on the screen a moment ago here. Canada Goose is down like 20% year to date here. And the problem there within that luxury play is that you buy one Canada Goose jacket, how many more do you need? Or how many more do you want to buy? I mean, I'm still looking for a dry cleaner to be able to clean the one that I bought several years ago at this point. So if you know a good one, let me know. But at the end of the day, I think that's what's really the closet replenishment rate could be one of the hindrances in terms of the way forward, at least in the back half this year, especially if you do see more of those dollars continue to go into the experience economy out there.
Well, now would be when you're buying a new winter coat,
yeah,
at least here. So
yeah, true.
You could see the sales tick up just a bit in the holiday period.
Yeah, that's true. Right. All right, all your markets.
I can see that you have one.
You know, I thought it was too.
Yeah.
And now
until apparently you spilled something all over it and might have ruined it. So
yeah, it doesn't look great
money
right
not
now.
well spent.
Yeah, it's murky at best.